Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to update my creative journal. So this is my creative journal. I am using a Paper Ideas notebook, which I usually buy online. So today I decided to update my journal. I use this as a reflection journal or a mental health journal or creative ways. I have some time today. I just finished worked in the morning, and I have a couple of hours to relax today. Then I start working again. So anyways, this is my, like I said, creative journal, and I've started using this since March. I started with another journal in January. However, something very sad happened, and I kind of use it now as my process journal. So I use my other journal to process the loss of my fur child, my little dog. So it's helping me so far, and it's helping me cope with sadness because my little dog, our little dog, he was not just a pet to us, but also a child. So yeah, so I decided to just use it as my process, like grief process journal, and then I started with another creative journal. So this is my March spread so far. I'm just gonna do a quick flip through to the current page. So there is my journal, and then some pages I haven't done it yet. I'll just usually go back and use it as a mental health spread. And this is the one of my favorite pages is rules for a disciplined life, because all is lost, there's nothing to lose, so you can do whatever you want. Well, at least something that doesn't hurt anyone. And then here's also one of my mental health page, like I will breathe, social media detox, and then PowerPoints to live by, do not worry so much, and then I have accept the past, live in the moment, dream of the future. And this is one of my, like, couple of my Van Gogh favorite quotes. I put it here. And then I have 7 rules of life, so basically more on mental health and reflection as well. Then this is my April page. I haven't done the first page yet, which I think we will do today. And then I have avoid revealing too many details about yourself. So here are the things to remember, not to at least avoid revealing too much, especially on social media. And then I have my Tuesdays, and then I have my April. I haven't done it as well. So today is Tuesday, so I have a lot of pages to catch up, but that's fine because you just have to enjoy whatever comes. So we're gonna do this page today. So I have all these stationery pads that I haven't used for a while. So I decided to just get them out and play with it today. So these are the stationery pads, vintage stationery pads that I got from an online shop. I cannot remember anymore. But yeah, so we're gonna use some of this today and see what we can come up with. So let's just do like a vintage theme, because I've been obsessed with, well, I'm so obsessed with Van Gogh all my life. So let's just do a simple and quick page today. So let's use this whole page. I'm not gonna rip it or cut it. I'm just gonna do it this way as it is, and then we're gonna write a quote or word over here, and then we're gonna write some quotes in here. More Van Gogh coats. And then we're gonna add some embellishments. These paintings, I don't know if I think these are like Van Gogh paintings. Yeah, these are Polaroids of Van Gogh paintings, and I think it goes with the picture here. So we're just gonna choose some Van Gogh paintings here, and then put some write some codes in there. So let's see if we can find out what the names of these paintings. So what we are gonna do is just pick some random paintings, maybe like this, right? And then we're gonna name the paintings. So okay, so I have here my Van Gogh paintings, like book of paintings, The World's Greatest Arts by Van Gogh. And let's see if we can find these photos here so we can name them and kind of write the background to the paintings. Okay, let's see if we can find sunflowers. Well, the exact painting. Okay, here. Okay, sunflowers, we're gonna add this. And then maybe Starry Night. I think Starry Night is here. I found it somewhere. So let's just use whatever that is in the book. Okay, so here's the Starry Night. Okay, so we're gonna use that. And I think we can use like Van Gogh's painting, like self-portrait in here as well. It's that one. And let's see if we can find Van Gogh's painting, self-portrait. So we're gonna name it like self-portrait. When it comes to journaling, sometimes I just sit down and let it flow. I don't often paint or watercolor. Sometimes I do, but I'm not an expert. But now I just enjoy using my stickers and writing. So I've seen that somewhere. The blue, like the there is one of my favorite episodes in Doctor Who series. They feature the life of Van Gogh. So they found a Doctor Who, and I think who was his assistant at that time, but I cannot remember. So anyways, they found a monster in one of Van Gogh's portraits in the museum. So Doctor Who has to do whatever he does. So anyways, they featured, like, they go back to the life of Van Gogh, and they met Van Gogh, and it was beautifully played by, I can't remember now the actor who played Van Gogh in that series. It was beautifully played. I cried buckets, and the more I get to love the painter and the person. And even now, talking about Van Gogh make me so emotional. I don't know. Well, anyways, I cannot find this one. No. Okay, we're gonna put this book here. Okay, so we have, how many paintings do we have here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna write. I think I'm gonna write the quotes from Doctor Who because that one is very nice. So gonna go to that website to write that quotes, but for now we'll just paste it. Okay, I'm using my round or corner puncher. Never get to, actually, this is also Van Gogh. Not, no, it's not. So I decided to write the quotes from the series about Van Gogh from Doctor Who series. I think I'm just gonna write it. I think we're done like that. It was Doctor Who, the 9th Doctor Who, and Amy Pond, where it was when Doctor Who and Amy Pond went back in time and met Vincent van Gogh. So this is one of the now I'm emotional again. Okay, so Doctor Who asked the curator, he said, between you and me in 100 words, where do you think Van Gogh rates in the history of art? And this is what the curator said. I will try my best to read it without being emotional, because every time I read this I'm very emotional. So the curator said, well, big question, but to me Van Gogh is the finest painter of them all. Certainly the most popular great painter of all time, the most beloved, his command of color most magnificent. He transformed the pain of his former life. He transformed the pain of his tormented life into ecstatic beauty. Pain is easy to portray, but to use your passion and pain to portray the ecstasy and joy and magnificence of our world, no one had even done it before. Perhaps no one ever will again. To my mind, that strange, wild man who roamed the field of province, was not only the world's greatest artist, but also one of the greatest men who ever lived. I'm tearing. So that's what I'm going to write here today. So I'm just gonna write exactly the same. So, and then they continued the conversation, and Amy Pond said, we didn't make a difference at all. I wouldn't say that. The way I see it, the doctor said, I wouldn't say that. The way I see it, even life is a pile of good things and bad things, hey? The good things don't always soften the bad. The good things don't always soften the bad things. But vice versa, the bad things don't necessarily spoil the good things and make them unimportant. So yeah, so beautiful. So I'm gonna write that conversation until that line. Okay, so I think we're done here, and then I'm just gonna use my stencil here to print Vincent. So we're gonna get a brown pen and then trace Vincent here. Okay, I guess we're just gonna estimate the space. I hope I don't run out of space. So yeah, this is how I mostly, if I don't have any reflections, I don't feel like writing my reflections or writing my memory if the day is, well, I'm not gonna say uneventful, but if I don't feel like writing anything like my thoughts and reflection, I'm just gonna journal about my favorite things. Like I write mental health reminders, mental health quotes, notes about mental health, to also remind me of the things that I needed to do to stay mentally healthy. And then I write quotes, like my favorite quotes, or quotes from the series, whatever I'm watching. And then it's just something to something you do to kind of divert yourself from the hustle and bustle of real life reality. And it's not escaping, it's just protecting yourself and giving yourself, like, well, I'm gonna say giving yourself a break. So yeah. And because 80% I'm an introvert person, I find journaling very comforting. So something to make life um, less complicated. Like Van Gogh, he lived a quite tormented life, but he still managed to, although he doesn't know that, I believe, because who would have thought, even Van Gogh, who would have thought that he will become so famous and so loved. At the time, in his time, he was also suffering, like I said, suffering from mental health. He was poor, and he lived alone, and he was mostly judged by people, his family. But again, it turned out that after all, his suffering was not put in waste. Like, his suffering and the way he portrays life became or becomes an inspiration to most of us around the world. So life, just live life, because who knows. So anyway, so this is my page for today. It's simple, it's not that complicated, but it reminds me of one of my favorite person in the world, although I haven't met him in person. And this is also the book by Van Gogh. I got this from Asia Book, and it's beautiful. Sometimes you just love to kind of look at the pictures and read. So it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. The life of Van Gogh is so inspirational. And yeah, like I said, I can't stop myself from being sentimental every time I talk about this person. So yeah, so that's my page for today. I hope you get an inspiration, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.